Nothing we say is investment advice. Please pause on all 3 pages of this disclaimer and read it.
Good morning, everybody. Cowboy here, 8:32 a.m. EST. And looks like we got Miko in. All right. Good to see you here. Got your chart sorted. That's good. Yeah, using a multi-chart is kind of tricky. And we teach people at Algo Factory how to do all kinds of cool things like using TradingView, which is the software that you see on the screen showing gold skyrocketing. I mean, gold is just not messing around right now. This is a move up that is remarkable. We're going to talk about where I think it's going here in a minute. Get your free algo. Link is in the description. You can see it right there. You just go in the description, click the link, give us a real name, fake name. We don't care whether it's real or fake. We just need a real email address and we'll send you that algo immediately. We'll also let you know when we're going to be doing all kinds of cool stuff. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Let's talk about gold right now. Gold is just basically stair-stepping up. I mean, this is really a parabolic move, and I talked about this last week. Okay, so by the way, apologies if I'm slow. I was actually I got food poisoning over the weekend. So I'm may or may not be operating on all cylinders. We'll see. We'll see how we do. So far, so good, though. Feel okay. Here is the parabolic kind of move to begin with. And this really is basically continuing that. I mean, it's a low time frame thing, or not. Let's just say it's not a high time frame thing, but there is, we'll say, parabolism. There's a parabolic nature of the higher time frame as well. One big, huge, just better than 45-degree move up to here as well. I mean, I'm not sure that's exactly parabolic, but it's pretty parabolic looking. If I were to zoom out, probably would qualify, but let's just focus on where price probably is going to go today. It's going to probably be a slow day. Like I talked about on that yesterday's weekly update, we do have some data coming out that's pretty huge this week. And if you go ahead and do the free algo thing, we'll send you an email with that update every Monday. But let's take a look here. Tomorrow being the 10th is PPI, and then the 11th is CPI. Okay, so CPI is huge. It's a big number. There's also a lot of the main financing rate and policy statement from Europe is coming out that same day. So Thursday is a massive day for news. And not that the European data is not important, because it actually really is undercover very important. But the CPI is probably going to outshadow it or outshine it, I should say, or overshadow, if you will, because next week is FOMC on Wednesday, I believe. I think it's the 17th. And so what we need to understand about that, okay, is that today's rate, okay, today, this week's rate information is going to be a big determining factor on whether there is a surprise rate cut next week, whether there is a rate cut next week. I know 25 BP is priced into the market, but if we see a 50 BP cut, if we see a bigger cut than we're used to seeing, then we could see markets really rise up. And if for some odd reason there is no rate cut, then the markets probably would fall. That would be a big reason for the markets to fall, because if the market's expecting at least a 25 BP cut and nothing happens, then a lot of the money that has been pushing prices up in gold and even holding prices up on the NASDAQ here from falling, keeping it range bound here, that money would leave the market. It would actually probably be short-term catastrophic. So now gold itself does have some predictable nature to it. Okay, so if we were to zoom in a little bit to a bit of a lower time frame, I can use Fibonacci tools to kind of determine which way gold might go. And of course, there's always just the round numbers that are pretty reliable. I'd say the better thing to do actually is on a higher time frame here. I don't think gold's going to make a big move today. It might break the all-time high. It could have a panic kind of a move up. But what would make a lot of sense, though, would be this is interesting. This is almost like a FOMO. The pullbacks are really sort of hard to measure here. I'd almost, if, I mean, we've already hit some of the upside targets here, right? So if I were to go back to the prior impulse up, that's like relatively clear. We've already hit that. We just hit those targets. So you would expect some kind of a pullback, right? But we might be looking at the end of an impulse here. And because today is such a slow day, what might happen is we get a little pullback here. And it might be a very brief pullback, right? It might just, I mean, this might be intraday. This could happen in the next few hours where it pulls back down to like maybe 36.30, 36.29, and then continues up, right? So if it did that, and that's an if, then we're looking at higher targets here of about 3,700 and I'd say 3670, 3680, 3675. Those are near-term targets because it does look like right now gold is going to see a little bit of a pullback. Let me look at the actual algo indicators. I mean, it's going to continue up. I can almost guarantee you that. But it does look like we might see a little bit, just a quick pullback, maybe to like a 382. So what number is that? I'd say, let me do this. The pullback value might be to like say 3630 area roughly, and that would make a lot of sense because you have this consolidation where price kind of went back and forth on the way up, so price would come back to that area for some type of liquidity, most likely in that area, anywhere, even where it is right now. But I think this is more the area right here. So anywhere really between 3650 and 3630. And I would think about 3630. This is pretty stiff move up here. It's slowing down. And then a possible continuation up. And again, the markets tend to slow down right before the news, right before that big, the PPI news tomorrow and then the CPI on Thursday. We don't know how the news is going to affect the market. We don't know how big that news is yet. But there's a decent chance that this will kind of flatten out today. And then if the prints are cool, then you see it kind of head up like this. And I mean, this thing can shoot up way past these values here, but these are just the next targets to the upside. If we want to zoom out and get, very optimistic, I mean, I think it's really simple. I think $4,000 gold happens before the end of the year. Or at least either before the end of the year or at the beginning of next year. Got some questions here or just some comments. Miko says, writing in well, Miko, I mean, the algos do call for gold to ride up into the announcements. I wouldn't be surprised either. I do think we'll see a pullback today. We're already seeing it. But it wouldn't surprise me to see it bounce and head up, but we'll see. We'll have to kind of play that as it comes. It could dip all the way down to 3,600. It could do that, but I don't think it will. Lisa Gray says off topic, but check grapeseed extract for your RX arsenal. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. I appreciate that. I'm already good to go right now. But I'll keep that. I used to use, not grape. Oh, GSC. I used to use, grapefruit seed, not grape seed, but grapefruit seed extract and add it to water. Is that what you meant, Lisa? Yeah, Vaughn. Yeah, Grand Rising. You have to tell me what that means. Is that like a, what do you call the thing? Like the astrology deal? Because astrology matters in trading. I don't care if you believe in astrology or not, but the people who like run the game, they do. And so what they do is they will save their market events and everything else, and they'll kind of make that all happen on astrological events. So I don't care if you think astrology is BS. The people who run the game don't. But yeah, Lisa, I used to do that all the time. And I'll have to put that on again. My brother told me to do that. Let's take a brief look at Bitcoin before we go on to the private live lab. Massive head and shoulders, attempted breakout and rejection. it might be breaking out now. And as a matter of fact, yeah, Von Nye. Yeah, sure. I mean, witchcraft and astrology do intersect at times, so it could be that. And again, I don't care what you think or what you believe. Astrology is the right people believe in it. So, Bitcoin. This is yesterday's kind of prediction, just a slow grind up. And that was from the video that I put out that I'm doing on Monday nights. And again, if you want to get an email with that video, just go to the description, get the free algo, and you'll also be on a list to get those videos. Last week's predictions were on point. Like, I only had one prediction last week that didn't really go that well, and that was I think it was the Aussie. But yeah, so I think Bitcoin is going to kind of it wants to grind up. I don't know if it's going to break 113,440 until after the data. We'll see. I mean, it remains to be seen, and it remains to be seen what the data is. And I mean, September's a tricky month. I think I can't remember. Like, let's take a look here. Is what months for Bitcoin? Question mark. Because the months do have, based on historical data analysis, the best month to consider buying Bitcoin are August and September. They're historically shown the lowest, as these months have historically shown the lowest average monthly returns, with September at negative and August at negative. So September is usually not a good month. And of course, you want to buy when things are going down, right? The best, wow, I can't even talk. Like I said, I spent the weekend in bed, folks. So, I'm going to be a little slower today, but conversely, the best months to consider selling are April and November, which have the highest average monthly returns. So, usually it's a weak month, but I think the FOMC might trick some people. We'll see about it. All right. Well, apologies for not being totally on point here today, but again, I spent the weekend in bed. I'm back. Food poisoning is no joke, but I'm here, and I'm here for you, despite really just wanting to sleep. So thank you all for watching. Link in the description, and that'll get you on the lists for, getting, first of all, a free algo, second of all, weekly reports, third of all, a lot of other stuff. So I'm going to hop over to the private live lab, where what we do over the private lab is we just do like custom charting. I'll do my charts. Let's just say you want to see, hey, what does your favorite algo say about this coin, or, that stock, or whatever it is. And we just, to answer your questions in there, I'll go over the Forex pairs. If I do see any trade setups, I will explain what those are and take them. So that's what that is. It's exciting stuff. And I know that, like I said, a little out of it today, probably not making it sound as exciting as it could seem. But do come on over to Algo Factory. We teach you how to trade like a hedge fund pro, the real way to trade, like an adult. And we hope to see you over there. Thanks for watching.
Join us or die.
Just kidding. You're not going to die. We love you.